Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're here for sort of a bit of a bonus stream. We're on the original Assetto Corsa for a bit of a Goodwood revival, hosted by the same folks at SROL that have hosted all the classic races that we've done so far this year. The Kailami, Riverside, and of course 67 Le Mans. They did also host a Bridgehampton Classic race about a month ago now. Unfortunately, I was not at home for that weekend to take part. But yes, welcome. We've had practice going on for a little bit now. Currently sitting third in those standings, so I'm going to do a couple of more laps. So hang on, one thing I want to try first is take out a bit of rear ride height, and sort of do a bit of a practice start here on the pit exit. And that felt like a good launch out of the pit box. But yeah, this is Goodwood Circuit, where they hold the Goodwood Revival and members meetings. A very fast, very flowing circuit. That is very tricky in these old cars. We've got old touring cars for the grid today. Probably should have gone through what sort of cars we have in the field before I came out to practice. But we're in the Toyota 2000 GT, if I remember the name correctly. I don't know much about the car, and I didn't select the car. Everyone was randomly chosen their car from the sort of selection of 7 or 8 cars down the grid, and everyone was told what that car was about an hour and 50 minutes ago. So we're about 10 minutes away from quali, so we were all told the cars 2 hours before quali started, just to try and take a little bit of the competitive edge off the event, just make it more casual, more relaxed, a bit more fun. Everyone going in without being able to do huge amounts of practice. And it's certainly provided an interesting challenge here, getting used to the car. There has been a practice server up for a couple of weeks now, with all the cars on. They can go freely test cars, but it'd have no influence on what car you're driving now. So you could have done a ton of laps in one car and not be driving it. Or you could have tested a whole range of cars, or sort of done a few laps in all of the cars, just to make sure you have a bit of an idea of what you're going to be driving. Oh, and just a little bit too quickly. Very easy to do at that. It's almost like a final corner if you discount the chicane. As we have 6.5 minutes left in the practice session. these classic cars slide around an awful lot. It's very difficult to be precise with them, but with their much softer suspension, also a lot of weight transfer. You know, under braking you do have a lot of grip going to the front axle, does make the rear end go a bit light. Also, it's worth noting the cars are not exactly balanced. They're just sort of taken as they were. Another thing to try and just reduce the competitive edge of the event. But yes, we're going to have, I think it's a 10-minute qualifying session, followed by two 20-minute races. I'm not entirely sure how the grid for the second race is set, but I think we can double check that. So we're getting a nice slipstream here. Okay, just get to the inside. They just clipped the grass on the exit. I was trying to be very respectful, didn't want to sort of commit to the move and end up pushing them off on the outside. Four minutes left in the practice session here. Someone's going for a little adventure. Not sure how you end up there, but just fighting the car the entire time. But yeah, we've there's a Mustang in this field. There's a Mini and a Hillman Imp or two. Just running a little bit wide here. Would be nice to try and get one final time down in the low 33s. Very difficult to be consistent with these cars just as you slide them around. A bit of a spin, just had the one of the rear tires lock as I downshifted into the chicane, really unsettled the car. I might get another lap here, I might not. It's gonna be close. Gotta get a bit of an idea here of the overspeed that we have on the Mini. Not quite able to get past into this section. I've lost her end again. So yeah, just an example of how difficult it is. I think I'm just going to put that rear ride out back up. It seemed to like it a little bit more. Now, in 10 minutes, race 2's going to reverse grid top 10. And looks like we're going to be putting ourselves in that top 10. So, that'll be very interesting. So, practice coming to an end as we sit in 4th place. We're not too far off, just over a couple of tenths to 2nd and 3rd, but over a second to the leader. I don't think we'll be fighting for the lead in 10 laps. I'm going to say 7 laps. So 19 liters. The fuel seemed good. So we will leave it at that. So we have a little bit of a wait now between the quali, between practice and quali. We are also at the front of pit lane, which is going to be quite handy here. So yeah, being very close here. Quite curious where we end up. I feel like we could end up anywhere from 2nd to 10th. How far behind? Go 11. Oh, there's a gap down to 11th. So yeah, anywhere between 2nd and 10th. We're all within 8 tenths. As we waste no time at all to head out for quali. We did a 33.0 in practice, so really we're just trying to get as close as possible. We might even be able to dip into 32s, as that was on sort of race fuel, whereas we've taken about half of the fuel out. Tires still cold and a little bit under pressure, so car's sliding around even more on this out lap before we get the tires up to temperature. On to the back straight now. Isn't very straight, but the straightest part of this track is the start finish straight, apart from everywhere else. The track doesn't really know what a straight is. Getting the car into final couple of corners before the chicane. Trying to get a good exit, fighting with the car an awful lot. As we head across the line and start our first flying lap. Massively lose rear end under braking. End up going across the grass and over one of the sort of anti-cup boards, I suppose you could say. Little markers. That does, of course, invalidate the lap, unsurprisingly. Just wants to rotate so much in the braking zone. A little bit of traffic, but they let us through, which will be helpful for our next lap. Now just not to mess up these final couple of corners. Make sure we get a good exit. We've been 34.2, not that great. That didn't feel like a great line through T1. Not having a delta yet isn't ideal. A little bit across the apex curb. Shouldn't hurt us. Get on the par. Holding the car in third gear. Second is just a bit too short for the right-hander. You end up having to shift up again in the middle of the corner and doesn't do any good for your exit. Just checking to go now. Oh, the car just stepping away. And yeah, might as well just reset there. With from bumper damage, got to take some fuel out, down to 4 laps of fuel. Looks like there could be a gap here. Yeah, just need to get a clean lap in. That's good. A 34 isn't going to do. Currently has us in 18th. Whereas really, we do want to see ourselves in the top 10. We know this car can definitely be in the top 10. We're only going to get 3 flying laps here, which isn't a lot. A little bit wide there, but doesn't matter. Slow the car into the chicane. Try and slingshot for a good exit. We'll just about get 3 laps in. Once again, the rear end snapping out under braking for the first turn. I just realised our fastest lap's a 1:42.0. Which must have been the out lap. A little bit wide there, all over the left-hand side curb. Down towards the double right-hander here. I thought it might have been a cut. Go away with it. Out of the chicane. 33.2 puts us P5. Car in front of us had a big slide through turn 1. Good run through that left-hander. Thankfully the car gets out for way. 1 minute to go in the session. We should have just enough time to get round to the line again. We're over 4/10 up. Have to make sure not to mess up the final couple of corners here. Really per line into there. Good run through the chicane. The chicane always has me nervous. And we go to P3. Big slide into turn 1. Managed to catch it, but does cost us time on this final lap. Checkered flag is out. Remember, P3 is on the front row here at Goodwood. A little bit too quickly to that left-hander, costs us a little bit of time. Yeah, we're not improving on this lap, but might as well see it through for the practice. Look at the time we gained through there. And the chicane. That will only be about 300 slower. But it wasn't there. Messed up at the start of the lap. You think it's the fastest middle sector, purple middle sector in that previous lap. And that's what ultimately got us up into third. But you look at the first and final sector, you know, 3/10 in the final sector, okay, 400ths in the middle, but, you know, another 3/10 would have had us fighting for pole. That's, yeah, very close. I now need to do a quick calculation. Okay, so 14 laps. So I'm going to take 37 liters just to be safe. So yeah, this is I think there's a couple of faster cars maybe behind us that didn't get their full potential in that quali session. And then of course we've got the, you know, if we hold in the top 10, which hopefully we do, we'll be reversed down to the lower half of the other half of the top 10, depending where we are. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. We've got just under 5 minutes. Here, so we can talk a little bit about the cars on the grid. Ford Fairlane is in pole position. Cortina Mark 1 takes P2. Then we take P3 in the Toyota, ahead of a fellow Toyota 2000 GT, I remembered correctly. Third and fourth. Mustang T89 in fifth. Hellman Imp P7, or P6, sorry. And then an MGB GT in 7th, then an MG MGA in P8. Another Cortina Mark 1 down in 9th, and another Ford Fairlane in P10. So the grid kind of sandwiched. The top 10 between Ford Fairlanes and Cortina Mark 1s. We have another Ford Fairlane in 11th, the first of our Mini Coopers in 12th, another Cortina Mark 1 in 13th, another Ford Fairlane in 14th, then second Mini Cooper in 15th, in front of another MGA. And then we have another Mini Cooper in 17th, a couple of Healy 3000s in 18th and 19th, before a Jaguar Mark 2. Hellman Imp in 21st, a Jaguar Mark II in 22nd, and a Mustang 289 that rounds out our 23 car field. A couple of people not making it to the race. But yeah, still a couple of minutes here. So just waiting patiently for a start. Actually quite a bit of wind, 9 kilometers an hour, which, okay, doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot more than I'm used to seeing, to be honest. Track grip's done at 94%, which is good. One of the reasons why we're sliding quite a bit in these cars, but yeah, it does add to the challenge, does make it quite a bit more fun. In this race we will definitely get 13 laps. If it is a quick race, there can be 14 laps, but we would need to see low 32s, which might not happen, especially since standing start as well. Yeah, quick check of the setup. Everything is good. I can see there on the radar the 3x2 grid formation. It's going to be a very interesting start. As it's an alright getaway. Pole sitter hasn't had a very good start. We have another car on our inside though. Big slide into T1. Had to be full opposite luck to catch it. And pole sitter's trying to come back at us now on the inside. Look at how big that barge is. Car trying to look to our outside as we're stuck behind the big barge here. Yeah, a couple of cars side by side behind us. You can see it in the rearview mirror on the left hand side. But we just hold on to P4. Head down the straight, opening up a little bit of a gap. Just trying to make sure we get good drive out of the chicane. Car behind looks to have been slightly braver. Certainly a little braver into T1 from the car behind. They're in the slipstream, but we're getting a slipstream 2 off the car in front, down towards the back end of the circuit. how much we close in. Okay, loose. Ooh, a little bit of tap on the car behind. That gives an opportunity. Or, sorry, on the car in front. That gives the opportunity for the car behind us to get to the inside. Will we be able to drag them down towards T1? Or not T1. Down this back straight. We do just kind of cut back in front. .5. Right, a little bit wide. That's giving an opportunity for the car behind to have a look up the inside. Well, they have the momentum. They'll still be side by side. I just got on the grass trying to leave them space on the inside and quite a big snap. Definitely seem to be going backwards a little bit more, but I'd say it's not due to us struggling for pace, just the fact this car doesn't quite have the same consistency and is a little bit harder to drive on the limit lap after lap. And then the cars around us. I don't think we'll get into the 32s this race. I certainly want to try and get as close as I can to them. Just using a bit of grass there. Didn't mean to shift down second there. One car running completely onto the grass there. And they were nearly side by side into the chicane. They've definitely slowed each other up quite a bit. And they're now 3 wide heading down towards turn 1. It's getting very close there on the inside. We're gonna have a big run here, but will we have anywhere to go with it? I'm not so sure. Had to back over the throttle not to run into the white car with the blue stripe. Oh, the big blue barge runs out wide. As we were nearly 3 wide, we find ourselves on the outside, losing a position, unfortunately, falling back down to 5th. As we have a big run here, I think this is a Hillman Imp. As we were not given a lot of space on the outside. The Hillman Imp spinning round. We had to go the long way around. That cost us a couple more positions, unfortunately. So we're now in P6. Leader has checked down the front. They have a 6.5 second lead. To the car in second. $11 minutes to go in the race. You can see the delta, how much time we were able to gain on it through those couple of corners, just getting caught up, battling on the lap that we have our fastest lap on. Just by holding on to the car in that braking zone, it got very squirrely. A new personal best. But I definitely think I can get into the 32s this race. Bit of a gap behind us, 3.5 seconds. Just over a second to the cars in front. Not getting quite as much momentum on the exit there. Costing us a little bit of time, but it does seem like we're losing in ever so slightly to cars in front. One car out wide again. And yet this is going to be a great lap. This might be faster than our quali lap. Yeah, 32.5. Fast lap is a 32.1. Looks like they might be starting to fight a big gain for P3, that looks like. The blue barge wanting to make it, or thinking about making it 3 wide, decides better of it. And look at the run that's given us to close up. The white and red striped car out wide onto the grass. That'll give us that position. The blue barge was looking to the inside of the white and blue striped car. The red and white striped car just got their nose down the inside, so I had to leave them the room. And And look at that, the blue barge just out dragging the white and blue car in front. Look how much we close in through. The chicane here. That blue barge is quick when it's got free air. It's also got good straight line speed, which can help it in these battles. So we get a good run through turn 1. Opening up a gap to the car behind. In the slipstream now, unfortunately the white and blue car is getting a nice slipstream tow from the blue barge. But it's now being held up by them through this back section of the circuit. Wanted to make a move down the inside. Door wasn't quite open there, and we're going to try and cut back here to the inside. Here, onto the back straight. Who's going to have a better run? Still side by side. That's not really a corner, it won't be side by side 3. It's so difficult at the best of times on your own, let alone side by side in these cars. Both of us being pretty respectful with each other though, which is great to see. A little bit of rubber banding, unfortunately. Big slide there, the blue and white car got per run. I wanted to go for another cutback. Oh, they got to slide off the curb. Oh, the chicane's not a corner to go side by side through. No, don't lose the car. Oh. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, that's so frustrating. Fall over the top 10 to not be in the reverse grid. Ah, that's so frustrating. Horrible way to end what was a really good battle. Three minutes left in the race. Might be able to get one place back here. Won't put us in the reverse grid, but it'll put us on the inside of the grid in the next race in P11. They've not given us a lot of room on the inside. Oh, they've lost it. I just seen the car spearing off on the radar. Getting wide onto the grass doesn't really matter at this point. With only about a couple of laps to go. Yeah, this is lap 12. There's 1 or 2 more laps. There's a 6-second gap to close down. I'm not closing that gap down. They are fighting for P9 and 10. But yeah, last lap, 33, 34. Yeah, I'm only going to gain a second on them. Time has ran out. No idea if the leaders crossed the line or not. Find out when we get to the line if we're being shown the checkered flag. There is a yellow flag, but it is withdrawn. Viper chicane was on for a personal best lap until then. Let's see, checkered flag, do we see it? Yep, checkered flag is there. I don't know if everyone's just going round to do an in-lap because they want to, or they think there's still one more lap. No, they definitely know. They're slowing up. Oh, that is frustrating. That is frustrating to not be in the reverse grid. Though, we are right on the tail end of the reverse grid. So, in a way, we're kind of part of it. Yeah, that is a little bit frustrating. Uh, 10 seconds away from another lap. I don't think we'll get another lap, so I think I can drop down to 34 liters. Use the faster cars to punch a hole. I mean, the Toyota 2000 GT, it seems to be fast. Yeah, we'll wait now for the second race to begin. Yeah, nice to have an apology from Alex. And I totally get them with how difficult it is with the chicane. I mean, every lap I'm struggling there. The downshift just unsettles the rear end. Oh, we've got another Ford Fairline. To our left-hand side. Two Cortina Mark 1s round at the front of the grid ahead of two Ford Fairlines in third and fourth. It was our fellow Toyota 2000 GT that we were fighting really hard with, and had that little moment with into the chicane. Hillman Imp in 6th, have an MG MGA in front of the MGB GTA. Then we have another Ford Fairline and a third Cortina Mark 1 that won the first race, rounding out the top 10 for ourselves. Ford Fairline starting beside us, and an MG MGA on the far left hand side, in front of two Mini Coopers on the row behind us. And yeah, further back down grid there. It looks like we have had a 24th person join, which is good to see. Still looks like one person unable to make it. Yeah, you really do. You're constantly fighting the car. So starting P11, Hopefully we get another clean start. Lights, come on. Oh, you gotta be careful. The pit lane just sticks out there and it sticks you on the limiter. Tight squeeze on the inside into T1. One curve goes firing off the outside onto the grass into the runoff. We get good run through turn 1. We've definitely lost a couple of positions behind the two massive Fords that are bumping each other, and one has had to really back out of it. We're going to go to the outside here. The Fords are going to hold each other up. We're going to get past the blue one. Can we get down the inside? The gap's not quite there. Gonna just play it safe. From the blue Ford on our outside, even though they probably will guess. That looks like another Ford off into the grass on the outside. They're going to drop down the order. And we're back up to P10. So a bit of cloud coming over the Fords. Go look to the outside. I'm running it as deep as I can without running into the Ford in front. Thankfully, the car we were side by side with into the chicane backed out, and we'll grab P9. Going to try and take the slipstream off the Ford to close in on the cars in front. Look at that lead battle off in the distance now. 5-car tree and then bit of a gap to P6 and 7. Closing up to the Ford in these corners. 1 car across the grass up ahead. They get back on, big slide as they rejoin the track, but they'll not lose too much time. Just got a bit of a gap now to the cars behind, which is nice. But big Ford in front of us. Car in front of the Ford going defensive. That gang stuck behind the Ford, so like the car behind to close up in that final sector. 33.4, not bad first flying lap. Can we follow Ford through here? Can indeed. And we're up to P8. The car behind's going to try and come back at us, as they're stuck behind the Ford here. Going for a cutback, a very well executed cutback, and they're even going to get to the inside of the Ford. Very close there, a little bit of door banging. As we have the other Ford coming up behind us now as well. Look at that thing, just how big it is. Definitely feel like I have more pace to go forward, but we're just sort of getting stuck in this battle for P7. Yeah, as we've seen in practice, a lot of the cars in the top 10 are very close. The pace differences between everyone is very small. Makes it difficult to close in big gaps. And makes it easy to lose a lot of time when you're battling. Look how much we close in on the Ford. One car's been out onto the grass. The Ford's going to get to their inside. We're going to try and slide up the inside as well. I take back P9. Oh, that's not a nice way to rejoin. Yeah, a couple of cars looking like they came together. Big slide. We'll have to run on the exit. I don't know why this white car is so insistent on squeezing us to the tight inside. I mean, if you're gonna race like that, that's what's gonna happen. That was just needlessly aggressive in these classic cars. A mistake for the white car in front. A per run through those couple of corners means I can't take advantage. Big run here. I just cannot save the rear end. As I really had to check up to avoid running into the back of them, unsettling the car. There's the car that was just getting needlessly aggressive. Not too surprised to see them have another issue. So we're down in 14th now. Still more than half the race to go. Another big slide and they're bumping more cars off, I can just see in the radar. Seemed like a good run into turn 1, but didn't carry a lot of momentum on the exit. We're gonna get alongside the Mini here. Mini wanted to try and hold it round the outside, just wasn't able to hold it on the track. Now we're chasing down one of these massive Fords. Car spun here. A great line through the chicane, but we get in front of the spun car. .33.3. Not a great run into T1. Ooh, that's a bit of lag. This car's definitely lagging around a little bit, which isn't ideal. Looks like there's a yellow car up ahead that's struggling for pace a little bit. Sort of leading this train. Nearly getting into the 32s. Good run through T1. Puts us around the slipstream for the Ford. We're going to have to make a move in the corners though. It's just a little too sideways there. Oh, that's not a place I can just drive onto the track. This car's really actually difficult to get going from a standstill. I should not have downshifted there. Oh, come on, car. Why were you sliding this way now? Come on. That's unlucky. And that's overpressured the rear tires, so now the car's just going to be extra slidey for the next couple of laps. So now we're effectively hot lapping until the end. Just see what sort of lap time we can do. Because we got 32.5 in the previous race. We've only got 33.0 in this race. So we can go half a second quicker, and it would be nice to do so. This race. Per exit from the chicane. Gone to the 32s. Had to lift a little bit on the exit of turn 1, otherwise was going to run into the grass. Running a little bit wide there. Certainly closing in on the cars in front. But it's going to be a little too little too late, I imagine. And there it goes again, just clipping the grass. Another awful place just to be stopped. Two laps to go. Good opening sector. That's a big slide. Just put me out of position for the left-hander there. And yeah, just sliding right through the right-hander there, a little too late on the brakes. costing momentum on the exit. Oh, come on! One more lap. Rear tires might be worn. Someone did mention tire wear in the previous race. I didn't really feel any tire wear in the previous race myself, but maybe all this sliding around this race has hurt the tires. I don't know. There is no way to know for sure. Oh well. That's a bit frustrating. Started alright, then yeah, it just kind of went downhill. Well, with that done, as usual, we are going to finish off today's short stream. Short stream for sure. Go finish it off with some the Art of Rally daily stage, and have a little check-up on where we were in the weekly event on the final day. Of course, we do still have tomorrow for the Goodwood revival. So we do, where we'll be racing GTC cars. That stream is scheduled. It's currently unlisted. I'll public it after this stream again. But yes, starting at the same time tomorrow, we'll have a GTC Goodwood revival race. Same people running it. Same times, except instead of having two 20-minute races, we will have one 45-minute race. Don't know what car we have for that. See, as the same for this event, we'll find out 2 hours before the qualifying session what car we are running. So yeah, look forward to that. Hopefully that can go a little bit better for us. But yeah, hopefully some of the battles that we sort of got teased with a little bit today continue on tomorrow, and hopefully they don't sort of end up the way that they ended up today. But yeah, that is tomorrow. 7:45 p.m. UK time BST. And yeah, that'll be another shortish stream, about an hour and a half like this one. But yeah, we'll, as always, finish off our streams with some Art of Rally. This is where we're in the weekly event at the moment. Only a few hours to go in that. We're saying 36th in the top 10%. In the daily event, which we last ran on Thursday, we finished 38th in that, top 15%. But we had 14th in the one previous. So let's hope we can have a good run this time. We have a Group B car at Norway, a shortish 2.8 mile stage. And let's see, is that an Audi? I think this might be an Audi. Maybe one of the earlier Audi Quattros. Oh, that right-hander is a bit tighter. Bit of fog, which is making it a bit more difficult to see up the road. Car fishtailing around a little bit. There's the finish. 26.7 puts us in 29th, top 10%. Not too bad. Certainly a little bit messy. Could have been tidier, a little bit quicker, but not too bad. No major mistakes in there. But yes, that is going to do it for today's stream. As I mentioned, we'll be back tomorrow with the second sort of set of second Goodwood revival, the GTC cars next time. As mentioned, start same time. We'll start stream with about 15 minutes left of practice. The last little bit of practice before 10-minute quality session starts, and then we'll go into a 45-minute race. Nice thing about the longer races, if we do end up having a moment like we did this race and we fall a little further back, there is time to sort of make up positions. But that being said, we have no idea what car we're going to be in, whether it's going to be a car that can compete right at the sharp end, or whether we'll be fighting to make up any place that we can in a slightly slower car. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, should hopefully be some good fun. But yeah, we'll have that tomorrow. And then at the end of that stream, we'll do a little bit more Art of Rally, the daily and the weekly event as well, to make up for the slightly shorter stream. And then on to next week, we'll be back with the usual streams. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday racing. Tuesday, the World Touring Car Cup on Assetto Corsa again. And then on Wednesday, we have the Ginetta Spec Cup on Assetto Corsa Competizione, ACC. Then on Thursday, we have the GT4 Cup on ACC as well, and we might do a couple of LFM races in that Wednesday and Thursday stream as well. But it is sort of the off-season week for LFM, so I don't know what. I did see sort of what races are planned. I don't know what times they're planned for, the formats exactly, so I'll have to check up on that, see if we can make something fit for those streams. But yeah, I might have something a little bit different there. And then on Saturday, we will have next Saturday, we'll have a Pikes Peak hill climb on BeamNG dot drive on Saturday. Don't have a confirmed start time for that just yet. But yeah, that's something to look forward to, especially if you've been enjoying the BeamNG rallies that have been going out this year. The Beam Mountains Rally second stage was posted earlier today, so if you didn't see that, you can go check that out. It was a good finish. Been a very challenging rally, and the second stage was no different. Probably the most difficult stage for our competitors yet. But yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. It is a short stream. I do have to sort of get back to, got a bit of work to do there this evening, and also have to get us up at 6 a.m. tomorrow for work. So yeah, busy weekend for me. But yeah, as I mentioned, we'll be back same time tomorrow. Thank you, Zeta, for being here, and anyone else lurking in chat. Have a good rest of your Saturday evening. Have a good Sunday, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow. If not, hopefully next week. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and bye bye.